Welcome to the mess that is our fridge. We are coming off of the back of a mega shop that I have done, finished the Coles 4-week spends and also the Woolworths stockpile shop for May, which you'll no doubt see coming up soon. And yes, it all got shoved in here. And luckily, I cleaned it all out before we had a massive power failure like a week later. So I'm really happy that I got on top of this and got organised. The plan was to do a bit of a meal planning with stockpiling as it's going into the freezer. But of course, I never quite got around to doing that. So for now, we're just going to pull everything out, do a little bit of food prep on the kitchen bench, and then reorganize everything and see where we're at. Here is a quarter piece of an avocado. That's probably about 1% of food waste, if that we have in our house. We buy what we eat and we eat what we buy, so we don't often have food waste because I will snack during the day or just have random things for lunch. If I've bought any things for markdowns, I'll make sure that they get eaten up. So we don't eat a lot of variety of stuff. We tend to eat the same things over and over again, so it's pretty good keeping the food costs down. I'm pretty sure that avocado was given to us too in one of like the church charity boxes, so that's also probably why there was still a quarter piece there. I probably figured I was going to have it on the weekend for like bacon and eggs or something and never get around to it. I'm just giving the shelves a little bit of a clean out. I'm not worried so much about the door with the shelves. I have just sort of gone through and just double checked that there's food that's sitting there, and then I just had to drop the camera down a little bit to clear out the bottom shelf. So here we have everything on the bench that I've pulled out. Now first up, I do have the can of peaches that I've opened here that I'm about to put in the Tupperware container. I literally just opened these this morning and went, oh, they need to go on the container. And then I went, hey, here's an idea. Let's clean out the fridge while we're here. So I don't often have cans sitting in the fridge open like that because I know they're a health hazard. So I just wanted to share that with you. Cheese, I'm just opening this here and putting it back into the container, so then when hubby has his lunches, it's easier and quicker for him to just grab it. Sometimes in the fridge, I shove things in a very quick hurry, which included this garlic bread. So I'm just wrapping that up. It's going to go in the freezer, and I'm just putting the Glad wrap over the top of this quiche that my daughter would have had for dinner last night. Some glass containers we have a lid for, and some we don't, and for some reason it just got shoved in there with no covering on it, so I've put that on there now, but no doubt that will be gone in a couple of days anyway. The cauliflower that was in there, I'm just going to cut up and then throw that into the freezer. This is a spinach and ricotta pasta that we get from Coles. It's a really nice big 600 grams, which is really good. And right about now is when I find out that the battery in my scales have died. I'm really wishing I bought that scale from Savers right now, but oh well. So we're going to guesstimate how much 300 grams is by dividing it into 2 bags, and we're going to throw that in the freezer, and then I know that is 2 meals available if we need something quick and in a hurry one night. So stacked up here on the back of the wall is all the plant-based meal things that my daughter has. So we've got chicken burger bases, we've got mince, we've got beef burger bases, and there's a chicken schnitzel in there as well. Coming off of the Coles 4-week flyby spend, like I said, I did some massive stockpiling when these things were on special. I got a couple of things marked down as well. I didn't show all of the Coles shops because, as I said, I was just focusing on stockpiling. So one shop was just 4 or 5 packets of this and then a packet of chips or something, because it was just a $50 shop over the last 4 weeks, and it wasn't very exciting. And to put it all together, we were using some things before I got around to filming it, so I just didn't worry about the last flyby spends to share, because also the last big stockpile video that I did with the Coles 4-week spends, it didn't go very well on the channel. I know that people like to see what's going on, but by the time I got around to realizing the 4 weeks was up, I just forgot all about it. So I'm just dividing all of them up to go into the freezer. I started bagging them all up in plastic bags, but then I realized I'm probably going to get people complain at me for using a lot of plastic, but you know what, it is what it is. I've got Glad wrap here that I'm just going to wrap the beef burgers in, and also then it's a visual thing. So when I say to someone, can you grab some things for burgers, they see them. Everyone kind of knows what everyone's burger thing is, if it's chicken or beef right now, and so it's very quick and easy to grab, and even hubby knows, so it's just easier to keep everything it is. I will put though in Ziploc bags anything for my son's dinner, like the chicken balls that we've got here, because also then I know I can grab a bag and then that's a whole meal for him. I've got eggs that are here, so I'm going to hard boil 6 of them because we really enjoy having them during the week. So I went and threw all of those things into the freezer. Our freezer is now chock-a-block full. I was planning on doing a freezer tour because we're moving into like a next food challenge of a use it up. but we're trying to use up older stuff and not so much newer stuff. So, but you know what, we'll stick it in the line, and as I say, we'll get to you when it's your turn. Sticking everything back in the fridge, it's a lot more cleaner and organized now. We did lose power about 5 days after I did this, so I'm grateful that I got around to doing it. But yeah, we pretty much didn't really lose anything from the fridge, which was good. I lost 2 eggs, which you'll probably see coming up in a homemaking video, but that's fine. I would rather do that than have food poisoning or something. So I boiled the eggs and now I'm just peeling them. These ones came off really easily, which I'm super grateful for, except this one here that I'm doing now. I lost half of it as I was cracking it open. It just tore in half. I don't know at all. Some days I have no skills at all, but the eggs go super fast in our house, so I'm really grateful for that. These apples were in the bottom drawer, which I didn't show you either, so of course I'm going to turn them into an apple crumble. I have more apples to the side. Lately we've been finding them quite bruised and not very good, so it means that my daughter then doesn't trust the rest of the packet. So it looks like lots of apple turnovers and stewed apples for us. Thank you so much for joining with me cleaning out my fridge. I hope it inspired you. Let me know if you do clean yours out, and see you next time. Bye.